What's up? It's your girl Chemsi, aka Ton Amour. And yeah, I'm starting the show today. I know it's a new one. I'm not your humble and gracious host, but it's because it's a different one. It's a special one today. And as you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, it's a different view. If you're listening to us on the podcast, I'm not going to do the list because I don't know it. So you'll have to go back on the episodes and ask Mr. Dre about it. But I'll have my friends introduce themselves. Just because today is a special one, we're doing Women's History Month, International Women's Day, and I have some boss ladies with me.
Ow.
I'm going to start with the lady on my right.
Okay. Hey, everyone. It's Chid. Happy to be here with you all, you beautiful ladies. And I'm Chid, and I also host the Bawaduano podcast.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ral, a.k.a. Love Glam.
Okay.
Don't kill me. I'm a content creator, YouTuber, makeup artist, event, and travel curator. So,
all the things.
Clap for the girl. Clap for the girl.
Don't kill me.
Hey lovies, you guys already know me because I'm always here. Like, you don't want to just get rid of me. I don't know what. No, but hey guys, I'm Oyin. I'm the founder of S Drinks, and I'm also on NSYNC Toronto. And I'm just like dressed down today. Like, I didn't even get the memo. Like, I don't understand what's going on here.
She took my spot.
I'm like, I took
we switched roles today. You know,
I'm the tomboy today. So yeah, I'm excited to be here with you, beautiful ladies.
Well, we're gonna get this started. So basically what we're doing today is we're just talking a little bit about the whole industry, Women's History Month, International Women's Day, and how we're feeling about it when it comes to in the workforce, socially, economically, just in general. And I'll get started with one question. What is International Women's Day to you?
I guess I can hop on that. To me, International Women's Day is just, first of all, it should not be a day. Mm-hmm. You know, Women's History Month.
Fact.
People need to repeat it just a little bit
it should
louder.
not be a day.
Every day.
Women's History Month. I just feel like it's a month where we get to appreciate a lot of women.
Yeah.
Get to just sit back, reflect on your accomplishments, things you've done, because I feel like women in the society, we tend to downplay what we accomplish.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just important to reflect. And even if we don't downplay, I feel like life happens.
Yeah.
That you're just like on the go. So you actually never take it like, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like this month is like, you know, the time to just sit back and just remind yourself that, you know, no matter what's happening, you're the shit. So that's really what National Women's Day and Women's History Month means to me.
See, I feel like with what you said, that should honestly be every day. But society is literally just made into a month. And for me, I just find this whole month, this whole day thing to be a chance for companies to actually like appreciate the women. Because most times it's mostly men. Men are the directors, men are the whatever they are. So it's like, this is actually a chance to just celebrate women, like you said. And also just as women, just celebrate each other. Like zero drama.
You know,
zero everything. Just be like, listen, you are a queen, good vibes only. Like, you know, you're a boss, you're successful. Let's just, you know, let's just celebrate each other. So, yeah.
I agree.
I agree. Honestly, you two have killed your answers. I feel like for me, it's the same thing, like celebrating our progress, how far we've come as women, all the things that we've, you know, people before us have had to fight for, push for. Our individual progress too. Like you mentioned, like we're going to talk about, you know, workforce and, you know, the strides that we're making in companies and workforces as well. So just celebrating all that we are, and, you know, we're the shit, like you said. So
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Yeah. And this month's theme is Break the Bias.
Oh yes, that's what this year's theme is.
Does anybody know
breaking
where-
the bias.
Where did they get this theme from?
There's the International
So that-
Women's Day website. So they have like the yearly theme.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's Break the Bias, and that's the pose.
Yes,
you know.
exactly.
And honestly, I love it this year because we tend to put female this in front of everything.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Female
When I
empowerment.
talk about, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm like,
You say
female
female entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an
It's just an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the theme.
Breaking the bias is a nice one. I
That's
like that.
cool.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about some people not agreeing with the whole International Women's, especially women, International Women's Day? Like, I've heard some women saying, I don't understand it. I don't see what goes with it. Like, what's the point? Blah, 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 all of that. How'd you guys feel about that?
They're monkeys. Because I don't understand why
She said
violence today.
No, because I'm violent towards the women that feel like they don't get it or they don't see the need in this.
But Chemsi, why do they not want?
Yeah,
like why are they not for it?
I've heard, this is allegedly, but I've heard, so I don't get sued now. But I have heard that they want to be the housewife. They want to be.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that.
They don't agree with the whole power,
right?
Like
don't
equal
get me started.
pay, all of that, blah blah blah.
Don't get me started.
You know the thing I say about that, like to each their own. Like because you want to be a housewife does not mean knock someone that wants to be a career.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And because you want to be a career woman does not mean knock someone that says, I just want to be taken care of.
Exactly.
And now I feel like, the theme soft life is
it's a thing now.
Everyone wants a soft life. And to an extent, I agree with that. But I don't think they should knock, like, International Women's Day or Women's History Month in general. Just celebrate who you are.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the whole point. I feel like it's like we are a collective.
Yes.
Like you don't have to divide. You don't have to be like, I don't believe in this for you to stand out. Like simply celebrate your beautiful friends, beautiful female friends, celebrate your
and keep it pushing.
And just keep
Like move.
Keep pushing.
And also for those women who what they're not understanding is they're reaping the benefits of what a lot of other women have had to do. Like you may not want to work and want the soft life, but you're reaping the benefits of people who have fought for voting rights, people who have fought for you to get equal pay, maternity leave. Like there's so many things that you're reaping the benefits of. So
I just feel like they're lazy. I chose violence today because I came from work. So why do you want soft life and not work? And I'm coming from work looking like this.
Oh my god!
Advice is given to Kim K. I feel like
oh my gosh, she get off the ass and fucking work.
You know what? I feel like everyone should work. No, I actually feel like everyone.
People don't want to work.
Exactly.
No, but I feel like get up and work, but that's if you want to.
Yes.
But don't make excuses and be like, I want soft life, only be a housewife, but because you're lazy. And because for me, it's like now you're pressuring the man to bring in double or triple to the house. But then when he disrespects you, you're shouting women empowerment. You are mad.
You're choosing your own. It's like whatever you want to.
Exactly. You have to choose. Like if you make your bed, you have to lay in it.
Exactly.
Like, if you're like, okay, I want to be taking care of soft life, you have to essentially accept everything in its entirety.
You do.
So if the man is like, okay, I'm the breadwinner of the family, and tomorrow he decides to disrespect you,
be ready for that
allowance, or say no, you can't buy this, or you
be
can't
ready
buy
for that
because it's my money and not our money. Just be ready to accept.
Be ready for that.
Don't then jump into I'm a woman, feminism, or whatever. No, like if you make your bed, lay in it.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Soft life, enjoy soft life to the fullest, including the insults or the degrading or anything that comes with it.
Or just work hard and get your money so you can actually do your soft life yourself. And when a guy does soft life for you, it's a compliment. There you go. You're not expecting it.
It's just
right. That's just what it is.
It's like they say, it's like I don't need you. I want to.
Exactly.
I don't want to be in that life where I'm like, I need you to pay for
exactly.
me. No, I want you to enjoy life with me. You can add your money to my own and we'll be fine. We'll enjoy ourselves.
That's it.
Because even, I think it's this Nigerian journalist, she had a documentary and it was basically, she was saying that being submissive is not just giving up and then listening to a man, is having it and then choosing to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you ain't got it and you're quote unquote submissive,
I agree.
It's just situational.
Exactly.
If you got it, but I still want to be submissive.
You still want to be submissive.
That's powerful.
It's by choice.
Yeah,
that's it.
Actually,
by choice.
Sorry.
So that's just so beautiful.
Right?
So sexy.
Because you brought up that word. Sorry, Chemsi, I'm gonna cut. I don't know if you have any questions, but what does submissive mean to you? Because this word submissive, it's flying on the internet.
See, I feel like there's two. I feel like African submissive, There's African and there's non-African.
And do you feel like being submissive that makes you less of, an independent woman or feminist or whatever?
See, it depends where you are submissive.
That's it. I feel like African submission is like, okay, the man is the head.
And you're the
always
neck.
the head. No, that's the neck. I'm the feet.
You're the tail.
You're the tail or the feet. And it's like whatever it says goes. Yeah. And it's like, I will behind every man or every king is a woman. No. Behind every king, the queen is right next to her. That's just what it is. I feel like African submissive is just so different to like our kind of submission, which is you can still do what you want to do, but if you want to be submissive and
look
after your partner, whatever, it's because you're choosing to, not because you feel like you have to.
Exactly.
So, I agree.
Yeah, like submission, like you have to have control.
Yeah.
Choose to submit.
Exactly.
I think that's what I will always preach from today till tomorrow. Because even like, I don't know, take something as, I don't know, controversial as cooking. Maybe. Like you said, the African mentality is like, your man is home, feed your man, what does your man want to eat, or whatever the case may be. Because essentially they have put it up as this is what you got to do as a woman. I don't agree with that. But if my man was to come home and I want to make him dinner, because I love to cook personally. If I want to cook for him, it's because I want to. And the day I don't want to, guess what? We're not going to do it.
Or he's going to cook.
Exactly. He has to
cook. Exactly.
So it's just
it's just having have the control, but then choose to submit.
And
I know. Let me just give you guys just real quick. So I know someone. Right. Okay. This is why I should never have a show, because I'm always giving people's gist.
No, it's good. This is why you should have it.
Make it hot, make it spicy.
No, but okay. So basically, her husband literally doesn't like cooked food that's been cooked for like 2-3 days. He wants fresh food every day. But the thing is that she doesn't work, so she's obviously submissive, right? So he's the breadwinner, the toast winner, all the winners in the house. He's just the winner.
The toast winner.
But it's them ones where like she literally has to cook every single day, and she has 3 kids, like 3 boys on the 3. So it's like, I'm like, but girl, why are you doing that? But that's her husband. He brings the money, so she has to just do that.
But at this point, he's not considerate to her, because 3 boys is a job.
But the last thing, it's something that they were doing when they were dating.
Yeah,
so
but
she
that's
can't come and she can't change that. Her mom did it, her sister. So it's like, that's submission. That's the African submission. They feel like if they don't do that, that's a problem.
So is she okay with it? That's the question.
She's fine with it.
Okay. If she's fine with it, then
she complained. She was, I'm tired, I'm this. I mean, I was enjoying, this is in the UK because I was her neighbor, so I was always taking food. But it's just them ones where it's like, girl, like, you're literally my age. And you can do so much more. You can't go out. You can't, if you go, you have to be back before 5 or 6, so you can actually like prepare before the kids. So you can prepare for your husband. So it's mad.
Well, you know what I've learned in this life? We can't project our expectations onto other people. Because trust me, this girl, if we start this, I'm gonna be here for hours, because it irks my soul.
It does.
And I've had like you have I have just too. You know, just give it out gist. But I know people that are married and have kids and the same concept. And I fought the husband. I literally not physically fight, guys. You know, peace and love. But no, like I literally argued, like sat down, talked to him, like, you know, she deserves a life too. I cried on behalf of them. I basically took another person's problems and put on my shoulders. So I feel like the older I get, the more I begin to understand it's not my problem. I can only feel bad, but if you are okay, I can project my expectations and what I want for my life onto you. So baby girl, do you.
And I can't try to fix your problems.
That's honestly
exactly.
I can help you. You know, I can take the complaints, but I can't do your job for you. You have to get out. You have to get out. I can help you do that.
Like when I say I physically cried, I was like, oh my God, that's not fair. Girl, you deserve so much better. But I was like, c'est la vie.
You had a lot of years.
Say it again. C'est la what?
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. See, another French person over here. Is that anything you know?
So what about you, Chemsi? What does submission mean to you?
Yeah. Me, the first time I heard submission was not regular submission. So when you guys are saying submissive, African submissive, I say like, oh, which one are we talking about here?
Please feel free to gist us, you know?
No, that's the first thing I heard. When I heard submissive, I thought of it more sexual wise than.
Oh, okay. Like BDSM?
Yeah, that stuff, right?
Okay. That's another
submissive, I'm like, wait. Not that kind. That's not what you're talking about. But I would say a submissive means to me is just being able to, be there for the person that you're with. Be able to compromise, but also I still go back on what Ral said, by choice. Like if it's not a choice, then it's not being submissive. I'm sorry. It's working for somebody. At this point, give me a paycheck.
You know, literally.
I'm not gonna do that.
And to me, like being submissive does not mean being docile. As Nigerians would say, mumu. Like I'm not
exactly.
I'm not doing
that.
It's not get up. Yes. Yeah.
That's the African submission.
Exactly.
That one's mumu. They press the button. That's
okay. Let's move on from social and family to more corporate. So we have a corporate worker over here. Wait, I have a question for you.
Oh no.
Yeah. So are you in a male-dominated environment or more female-dominated environment?
When I joined, it was male, but now that I'm there, I'm bringing more female.
Okay.
Love it.
So yeah.
So my question would be, how do you succeed in a male-dominated environment when it comes to corporate jobs?
Girl, first of all, dress like this. I mean, I came from the office dressed like this. Then
Really?
then you mean business. They will take you serious.
So they don't take you seriously if you come in a dress and
if you're
all
coming
that
too
stuff.
feminine, if you're not strong, like, because I basically work with engineers.
Yeah.
So they're very, very direct. They're
Yeah.
not going to hold back. And some of them are very rude.
They don't have filter.
They have zero filter. So you literally have to like push back. And because I'm a recruiter, so it's them ones where like a lot of times I have to push back every day, put someone in their place about a candidate. So it's a thing where they want to just walk over you because they feel like, oh, you're a woman, especially in tech. You don't really know too much. It's like, excuse me, I
Women
do
in
know.
tech.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. And that's even why I started bringing in more female engineers. Like, do you know, I'm going to bring in more female and of color as well.
Yeah.
Like, let's be
Love it.
Oreos. Let's be marshmallows.
Girl,
You know?
yes,
So
yes.
Yeah.
it's honestly just your appearance. If you're all, because when I first started, I was always wearing heels to work.
That's what I was about to
I was wearing
ask.
because like,
Oyin,
I
like,
wanted to look cute.
Whose fault is it?
Yeah,
that they're
I
not
was just
taking you
about- I
seriously
was
because
about
you
to
dress
touch
like
upon
that?
that.
I don't know.
Because like
I don't know.
I can look sexy and still be
And
recruiting
still be
bum
hella
ass
powerful,
candidates.
yeah.
So
what's
if
the
I
problem?
dress nice, that means I don't have nothing in my brain?
I don't think, I
what
feel
it
like
is.
they were, okay, so I worked in a company which I had to stop and I was looking so cute. It was summer. I was wearing heels, my short dress, everything was doing pale. And because the company has 4 floors.
Yeah.
So they have the sales floor. And I went there to go see a manager and literally the guys were blowing the whistle. They're like, oi, oi, like
Where's
sexy.
HR, please? HR, where are you? Because
like,
what?
Yeah,
But
honestly.
that was normal in that company because that company is very, very, very male dominated.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So it's like, I was like, let me just start dressing like a guy because that way you will take me serious. You will see past this and literally think about my brain.
But you know, the thing is, I love that you did that. And I love that you were using that avenue to recruit more females and more
For sure.
diverse people.
Yeah.
But then I feel like it's kind of like, for lack of a better word, it's problematic.
Yes.
So you have to dumb down yourself
Yeah.
and dumb
It
down
is.
your appearance in
Yep.
order to be taken seriously.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's what, gearing back to like Women's History Month and International Women's Day, I feel like that's what, like, breaking the bias.
Yeah,
Literally,
exactly
that's
what
what
it
it is.
Exactly.
That's what
Because
it is.
you need to, I'm not saying you, like, if you're good with, like, you know, dressing down and dressing like
Yeah.
a man to be taken seriously, that's you. Like, I love that for you. But if I was in that position, I'm sorry, I'm going to wear my heels to work and I'm going to make you respect me with that. And if you're not going to, HR is going to be like, you know, my favorite place to go to.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, like,
We're going to be best friends?
literally,
Yeah.
they're like, Ral, you're here again? I'm like, yeah, welcome back.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I feel like that's what a lot of women do. Like,
Yeah.
be it like, okay, because for me, like, breaking the bias, growing up, I was a daddy's girl. Like, I did everything with my daddy. Like, see, moving, I could move an entire apartment in 4 hours. Like, I don't need, I can put together furnitures. Like in uni, when like my girls and I got our first apartment, they're like, Ral, the strong one. Like, I put up everything that we needed. I helped move, you know, they're like, okay, we're just going to move, like, you know, the light stuff. And for the longest time, I felt uncomfortable with being the strong friend. Like in high school, the guys would be like, oh, let me arm wrestle you because I bet you're going to win. And then that bothered me. And then I started to, for lack of a better word, dumb down my strongness, if that makes sense. I'm like, no, femininity.
My nails, silly femininity.
But like
girl.
the older I got, I'm like, you know what? F it. I'm a strong person.
Yes.
Maybe not now because, you know. But like, I'm a strong person and now I own it. Like my friends know, like, you want something set up, I'm hands on. Like, you know, if I buy furnitures, I don't need nobody. Like if I'm asking for help, it's because I want to spend time with you.
Yeah,
I can put it together myself.
Right.
So it's like, we have a lot of biases to break as women.
There's so
And
many.
workplace, real life.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about it is that we end up dumbing down ourselves and our strengths in order to fit in. And I feel like if anyone is listening out there, fight the power. Just like live in your power. Eventually they're gonna come around.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So I mean, that's that's my 2 cents.
But I
on
also
that
feel
one.
like it honestly depends on the company as well. Like if it's a bank, 6-star, listen, wear the highest heels because there's a lot of bureaucracy that happens there. A lot of like Yeah, like they're not looking at women. Like it's all men. So I feel like that one, listen, wear the highest heels, wear the shortest skirt, wear the tightest, show your boobies, everything, do everything. But I feel like if it's tech, for me, it's more because the guys there are very relaxed. They're very chilled. So if you're coming in all dressed up, they're like, whoa, this is HR. Because they honestly thought because yes, recruiting is HR, but I'm not really HR. So they really thought I was HR. So they didn't take me, I wouldn't say take me serious, but they were scared to really build that rapport with me because they really felt like I'm spying or I'm gonna terminate somebody. So I'm like, let me just dress like you so you can respect me and that I'm a recruiter and I'm on your side in the tech part. But if I need to dress up, girl, you already know me. I have my eyelashes. I will dress up.
I have my eyelashes. I love it. That's step one.
That's the plan. But I think it just depends on the company.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like that's what it is.
Fair point.
Yeah. It's so interesting you said that. So I work in land development too, and I work with engineers, and it's male dominated, white male dominated. So yeah, 2 strikes on that, and it's really hard. Like I think we're definitely like women are a minority on our team. And on top of that, I think I'm one of 2 Black women. So it is really hard too. And I think working from home has helped me personally because I don't have to worry about how I dress and I don't have to worry about my hair. That was a big one because your hair looks different today. So, like I could be myself. And like, I think working remotely and hybrid has allowed me to do that. But I definitely feel you on when you're working with men, just the dressing is something that they're more lax. It's different.
Fair.
Yeah.
But I still wore my heels when I was in the office. I still dressed up and
that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I work in a female dominated sector. So there's only like 2 guys on my team. Yeah. So it's like women. Ooh.
Do you feel more inspected?
Not really.
When you work with, like, because of females, they say, oh, how she's dressed for work, blah, blah, blah.
No, like my work is very autonomous. Like you don't have to communicate with someone the entire week if you don't have to. You have your project that you're working on. Yeah. If you have team meetings, you hop on it. If you have meetings that you're prepping to present or prepping to run or facilitate, you prep for that. Okay. Right. So if I can go literally like weeks without talking to anyone on my team.
Interesting.
It was just that we talk, like we have coffee breaks and stuff just to, chime in and, build rapport and stuff. But no, inspected, no. When I was hired, I literally told my manager, because they're like, oh, what was the last thing your old manager did or something like that? I'm like, micromanage. I don't thrive in a micromanagerial like position.
Let me do my own.
Let me do my own thing. Like, add feedback. I will take feedback because I always want to, up my game and do better. Yeah. But do not spoon feed me. Because when you spoon feed me, then I don't want to do anything. They're like, okay, so what's next? Okay, so that's done. What else? Yeah. But if you don't, you give me that opportunity to challenge myself. You know what I mean? And if I need help, if I need feedback, if I need anything, then I'll come to you. Right. So, and thankfully, that's her style of, management. So, no, I don't feel inspected to answer your question. No. Cool. Love it.
I'm liking these answers. Serious. We got some juicy stuff. Anybody have something? Or do you want me to continue?
Gina, I want to talk about manager actually. Oh, sorry, babe.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. If you guys ever had, a male manager and a female manager, and did you notice the difference in both?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
But not, I feel like yes, but not like maybe the answer you're seeking. It's more so like the guy was more nonchalant. Like, cool, you got your job done, great. You made this mistake, cool. What can you do next to correct it? Great, all right, peace out. Whereas the lady, like, because we have these like team check-ins, like, how is it going? How are you feeling? How is work going? Is the workload, overwhelming? So it's kind of like they care more.
She's thinking the same way you are.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about, it's girls' neck. Because I told them, like, since the pandemic, I've become such a homebody. I'm like, give me some wine, give me Netflix, let me vibe. Whereas before, I'm like, outside. We're on the streets. And she's like, oh yeah, me too. So we literally could talk about that. But when I had a male manager, like, there was nothing fam. What are we going to talk about? Yes, I agree. All right, have a great one now. Thank you. Okay. That's it. Right. So
I have a similar experience. So when the manager that was a man, he was very nonchalant. He's very chill. He's just like, okay, yeah, this is what you can do. You're doing great. This is areas where you can improve. Boom, 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 done. I've had 2 women managers, and one was really like, she was great. She basically took me under her wing. She was like, these are some things I want to support you in this way. But the other woman micromanages, very detailed, very picky. And I think it's because she feels like she has to show like she has to show results as a manager. I think she feels like there's a lot of pressure on her because she's a woman manager, so she's trying to like keep up with others, right? Like I've had to have some conversations like, listen, I got this, like I'm learning, I'll do the work, I'll get back to you. But I think she feels like she has something to prove.
I see.
So I think it could go either way.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's different because I'm not really in the corporate world. I'm more in the school situation, school setup. So I had female principals and I had male principals. So the female principals, you will see them all day, every day. They'll come out of their office, come to each class, make sure that the teacher's doing what they're doing. You know, come and see like, what's up? How are you doing? What do you have next? The male one, you might not see him for like a week. Like he's in his office doing meetings. You don't even know if he exists or not. Or if you want to come and ask him a question, he left 3 p.m. School finishes at 4. So it's a whole different vibe to it. They're not very micromanaging. When you are right, there are some women that are more like detail, make sure everything is right. But I also feel that's because they're looked or inspected more.
Yeah, they scrutinize
for what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like if she does one thing wrong, quick out.
Yeah.
When for the man, if he does many things wrong,
it's cool.
It's cool. And I've seen it from experience where some men have stayed longer when they shouldn't have. Some women were gone just because of one thing.
No, it's true.
That's crazy. Like, and it literally ties back to like the theme we're talking about.
Like I'm a manager and like the pressure. I'm like, bruh, like calm down. But then I had a black female manager. That was the worst.
I'm
sorry.
I was waiting for positivity.
No, I was happy because I thought, okay, do you know a black on black, sis, auntie,
only auntie, please don't call anyone auntie, I beg.
This was stepmother. This was not auntie or sis. This was a stepmother. Like when I tell you the pressure. Like I have to clock in 9 a.m. I can't leave before 5. If I'm like, cause I'm chatty, like I would work for like an hour and I'll go chat for like 10 minutes. That's just me.
Yeah. You need that.
Yeah, you
should be like the Pomodoro technique,
it's the thing it's like, she'll be like, she doesn't even call me Esther. She'll call me my Nigerian because she was Nigerian. Yeah. She'll call me my Nigerian name. I'm like, first of all, no. Like, calm down. But the way she was on my neck, she's like, we are in the white man's land. I'm just like
if I needed that, I'll talk to my mama. Like I don't need you to tell me that.
It was bad because she really felt, I get it, she felt pressured, but she felt like because we're both Nigerian, we need to make it because we're abroad. But I'm like, sis, we have a different story. You probably came and maybe you suffered and you want to read it. But it's like, we're different. Like don't come and project on me. So that was the worst. I get the whole women empowerment, but sometimes they do it too much and it can just be here. You just can't, you had enough. So
crazy.
So that was the question I was actually going to ask, this whole like women empowerment. You know how people make fun of the women empowerment brunches and stuff is...
See?
Have some juicy.
No, carry on, sis.
But have you guys had experiences with competitive women in the workplace? And why do you think women are so competitive when we keep preaching women empowerment?
All I'm seeing is Ross scratching her head.
She's gotta get a scratch that ponytail real quick.
But yeah, like...
Who wants to start? Right? Bro. She's just like, I know who's going to start.
Ral, take it away.
Ral, just start, babe.
Thank you. But okay, so I'm dying. So my thing is, it's not in the corporate world. I feel like in the corporate world, I actually have a black woman that she stepped up into another position and I took on her position. Yeah. And she's been really good. We talk about where to buy wigs and what BSW has the best selection. Amazing. So I love that.
That's what I wanted.
Right?
That's what I was expecting that you were going to have. But in terms of the creative world...
Sis, don't choke,
girl. But okay, so this one, I think, before I even start this disclaimer, I feel like now because everyone has access to being content creators, creatives, etc., the collaborative nature and culture is a lot better.
Yes,
whereas
absolutely.
back in the day where it was still a few of us trying to be content creators, it was very competitive. And the story, I will literally... If this girl listens to this, I'm sure she'll know it's her.
Okay.
But I will literally go 6 feet under and not forget the story.
Wow.
It's like So back in the day before now, because everyone and their mama got ring lights, you know.
Yes.
Before back then, it was the Diva ring light, and that ish was like retailing for like 300 plus. Like you had to have money to have it. Back then, we were still using, what lighting was I even using? I think my bathroom light. I don't even remember, fam. But it was, so I guess she had the resources. Kudos to her, love it for her, and she bought a ring light. And the quality of her video changed because we would all watch each other. Because literally, like, I kid you not, now, like I said, everyone is trying to be a content creator. Back then, I can count on one finger how many Toronto YouTubers there were.
Yeah.
So she bought it, and then she posted this photo on Instagram. And you know how the ring light gives the circle cast?
Yeah, your glasses and stuff.
Okay, girl. So are you ready for it? So I said, because I'm always questioning people. I'm like, oh, like, what lighting are you using? What this? Because we're going to talk about like not feeling like you're good enough after this. But it's like, I basically wanted to improve. I wanted to make my video qualities better. So I was always asking. So I literally messaged her, and I remember saying, oh my gosh, I love this photo that you took. What lighting did you use?
Oh.
Sis, are you ready? She said, oh, this photo, no problem. I took it with the side lamps on my bed, like, you know, the nightstand lamps. Yeah.
Well, you could see the
with the ring lights in her eyes.
The circle beaming. And then I was just like, is it gonna kill you to say it's a ring light? If anything, you get mad kudos for it because back then it was expensive. Not a lot of people had it. If anything, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Like, how can I work towards getting this or whatever the case may be? But she flat out lied to me. And I was just like, what? Like back then, you literally ask someone, what camera are you using? And they're giving you the runarounds. What lens are you using? The runarounds. What do you use to, what do you use to edit your videos? The runarounds. And it's crazy. Like, exactly. The gatekeeping of information is like, we can all win. We can literally all win.
Because my people will watch you. Your people will watch me. More people will watch us.
No, back then it was like, no, my people are my people. I don't want them to even see who you are.
I have an idea of who the person is.
Sips my wine.
Wow.
I'm gonna keep that one.
Not you leaning in for me to tell you. Girl, sip your juice.
there was only so many Toronto people at the time. So if you know, you know.
Don't kill me. I hope y'all know the right person. Because next thing you know, they're like, okay, I know the person.
Everyone's in your DMs like, girl, was it me?
But yeah, no, that was my experience. And that's why, like, you know, but I'm so happy that now is a lot more collaborative. Yeah. People are more open to sharing things. Anyway, someone else go, please.
Wow.
Crazy. Literally.
But it's like, is it because they feel like there's only one spot for one woman?
Boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they feel.
It is.
Or they feel whatever you're going to get, they're not going to get.
Or you're going to cut into what they're going to get.
Exactly.
Right. So it's like, mine is mine. Like, I want all the income, all the revenue, all the sponsorship, whatever. Like, I don't want you to share it.
They don't want to share. But I think
that's crazy.
That's sad.
If you share more, you get more, to be honest. Yeah. Because if you share, they share, and you get something that they don't get.
And the universe repays you.
Exactly. Like karma, people.
Exactly.
Karma. Good karma comes to you.
You know, but that's how I feel about that one. You know? Thank God everyone and their mama got ring lights now.
Yes. Girl, I'm sure your ring light is a lot better. So
I mean, now ring light is all that. It's all about the LED lighting now, but you know, that's a story for another day. Joking, guys.
Esther, did you have any?
I actually don't in the creative world. I think it's just more in the corporate world. It's like, okay, so like with recruiting, I like to bring people on. If I see a really good job, it's like, okay, hey, I'm going to call the right person. Hey, I have this job. It's this amount. Are you interested? And I actually had someone tell me, but why are you doing that? Because this person's going to make more money than you. Or they're going to come in, they're going to switch on you, or they're going to like just act different towards you and try and kick you out. Right. And I had a position in my team, and this person was going to report to me. And my friend was like, no, because I posted on Snapchat and I take it down. You don't want to get someone that would basically come and work for you because they can just switch on you and kick you out.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, we're all trying to eat.
Yeah.
We're all trying to eat. But she was like, no, trust me, you don't want that. Like, you don't want someone coming in that you know, because you're going to regret it. But I feel like they've experienced something.
Yeah.
Because even my mom's like that. She'd be like, nah, don't bring family in because like they can just switch on you, or it's too personal for them to just be too close to you. So
that's why they tell you don't mix business with pleasure.
Exactly. But the thing is, like, I don't even believe in that. Set your boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
And when someone disrespects your boundary, make it clear. Like, but yeah, you're right. Like, I feel like people have been through something.
They've been through something for sure.
So it's kind of conditioned them to like, no family, no friends, no this, no that.
We're
but-
also grown enough to have to communicate properly. Like if you have a problem,
girl, you'd be surprised.
Exactly.
Communication. People always preach that on social media. It's not that
It's
easy.
not, sis. If you see someone saying, "Oh, my man, I'm gonna like whatever," sis, she's doing the other thing around. If she's saying, "Oh, it's gonna buy me flowers," she's buying herself the flowers and saying, "My man bought me flowers."
Hey.
Social media is not real. We need to just understand.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying yourself flowers.
Listen,
I
I
do
do
treat
that
myself to
every
flowers,
month.
and I absolutely love it.
love it.
No, but tell the
Owning it.
truth. That's
Exactly.
yeah.
True. Yeah,
Yeah.
tell the
That's
truth.
what it
Don't
is.
lie, yeah.
Like I buy myself flowers twice a month, and I'm proud of it.
Tell me,
'Cause
yeah.
I don't want to
As you
expect
should.
flowers from a guy.
Yeah.
If a guy buys me flowers, oh, that's nice. But no, I'm not gonna be shaking like a leaf. Oh, he bought me flowers. No.
Guys don't even believe in flowers. They feel
Right.
like it dies too fast anyway.
But then some girls will buy themselves gifts and be like, my man bought that for me just to make someone else jealous. But
Right,
why
I
are
feel
you
like
doing
you're-
that? Like
yeah.
it's just but that's going off
Unfortunately, that's
topic.
society. That's how it's built these
Yeah.
days, and that's
It's so
the
sad.
unfortunate statement.
Social media, not even society.
Yeah, social media.
It's so
That's the
sad.
expectation as a my man is doing it. Let me post it for people to
Yeah.
see. Let me get the views. I mean, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But let's keep that aside.
That's a different
That's
topic.
too much heat.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the important thing.
True.
The real question is, what can men do to help us achieve equality?
Ooh.
You know what?
That's a good
So that's a
question.
very packed question.
Very
That
packed.
is
Because
a
it's
very
like we're doing all
deep-
the work, we're doing everything, but we're still fighting.
So
You could take it racist. I gotta think about this
it's
one.
good. It's so hard. And I actually had a question about related to this to ask you guys too. Is like, and I think it'll tie in.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the more evolved we get as women, the more like arguments and the more polarized it seems like we're getting to men? Like if you look on the internet now, it's back in my day, my mom would work 3 jobs, cook for my dad, help him off his feet. Women these days, they don't even want to do anything. So it feels like the more that we move forward as women, we're getting better pay, we're able to, take care of ourselves. It seems like we're growing more and more distant from men, or we're having more and more arguments. So I don't know what men can do.
Sixta.
I feel like to that, I don't want to generalize. Some men understand.
Let's not. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
some
very
men
fair.
that feel threatened.
Yes.
Those are the
So
ones
let's call
that
them
do
boys.
that.
They're very
Boom, exactly.
They're very
Call them boys.
insecure.
Yeah, because it has to
insecure.
do with a lot of insecurities.
That's it.
It has to do with a lot of not believing that you can achieve this, or feeling like your woman is
That's
achieving
it.
more than you, or whatever the case may be. So there's that aspect.
Yeah.
But then there's also the aspect of, I guess, Instagram baddies and Instagram models kind
Yeah.
of, for lack of a better word, fucking up.
The whole setup?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then now when they're there and they're dependent on the man, and then it gives this man this egotistic way to maneuver.
Right.
Because now it's like, back in the day, my mom used to clean, cook, do laundry, rub my back, rub my feet, blah, blah,
Everything.
blah. But then it's like, if you're a working woman, I'm sorry, you don't have time for this. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to start the conversation as simple as, okay,
That's
bye,
it.
peace
Yeah.
out. Like, you don't even have time to entertain it.
Just
But I
like
feel
you have
it's
a
just
9 to
insecure
5,
men.
I have a 9 to 5
I have
too.
to sleep. I have to make dinner. I have to relax. I
Yeah.
do not take my relaxation time for granted. So I'm not going to have this conversation with you. So I feel like the men that feel that way are insecure.
That's just it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Especially there's this video that was floating around Instagram, the one that is like, what do you bring to the table?
If I hear that
Value
question
women.
one more time,
That
if I hear
question
what do you bring to
irks
the table
my
one more time?
soul.
No, because the problem is we bring whatever we bring to the table, then we disqualify ourselves.
Yeah.
But then
How
this is
does
the
that even
thing.
make
I
sense?
feel like people that really, like women that really truly bring something to the table know what they bring to
They
the
know.
table. Now, again, I'm not knocking on Instagram baddies, by the way. I'm sorry. I love my
No, to
Instagram
each their own,
baddies.
to each their own.
To each their own. But then now the Instagram baddies will now come like, I bring the table to the table. I'm the table.
Scratch his head. What?
Exactly. That makes no sense. I'm sorry. Like, you're not the table. The man can also say I'm the table and we're not moving forward. So it's like, if you know what you bring to the table, you can really have
And I tell
this
you, these
conversation.
Instagram baddies, they get disrespected.
Hella.
Listen, there's one Toronto. I'm not gonna say her name.
There's a lot of, I'm not gonna say names tonight.
This was when I first moved to Toronto. I didn't even know she really was in Toronto. But I went to a rooftop
Party.
day party. This was like 2019.
Is it Caribana Extreme? What was it?
It's actually that week that so it was,
Those Caribana time.
yeah,
Was it Afro?
Lavelle.
Lavelle.
So I was in a booth, with a few guys, and this girl came. I didn't know who she was. She came. Then we're just chilling, and then she came with like 2 of her friends. So the guy that was there. This guy is God forgive me because he's God's child, but he's a very ugly human being.
Wow.
But the way that, the reason why I'm calling him ugly is because he was disrespectful.
Okay,
and
fair.
it's like, but because he had the money.
Fair.
But it was still ugly. But because he had money, so he felt very handsome, right?
Yeah.
So basically he was sitting here, like on the edge of the thing. So the girls were taking turns to sit next to him.
Oh, wow.
I was looking like, okay, what's going on here?
Meet and greet.
Literally, that's actually
It is. I was looking. So anyway, went to like an apartment after because it was like dawn. And then this Instagram baddie, the guy was in the room chilling, and I guess she was all up on him and everything like that. And this girl like, can you just fucking move from me?
Hey.
Whoa.
I said, huh?
Whoa.
She's like, oh my God, sorry. But then not up to 10 minutes. She went with him to his own room. I said, but she's posting on Instagram. She's posting Chanel. She's posting, she has this shit. And then people are reposting her picture. She's a baddie. She's a boss. I'm like,
but she's being disrespected.
but
on
sis,
the
how, exactly. So, but these things, guys look at women like that. Like, I want this kind of woman, or you're not this woman, or because like there's a guy that said, listen, I want an Instagram baddie. That's the kind of girl he wants. He wants a baddie. But it's like, do you even know how these baddies are working? Do you know how they're getting their money? And the ones that are genuinely working very, very hard, you're asking them, what do you bring to the table? Your father.
Your father.
To be honest, like I said, I'm going to still say the same thing. People that really work for their money know their worth. They don't tolerate that conversation. The people that say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and then goes to your room with you 10 minutes later, they're the ones that you can say, what do you bring to the table?
Exactly.
They don't
not to me.
But they don't
say that
ask
to
them.
them.
Guys don't ask them because they're already very in love, right?
It's not in love. It's ROI. It's return on investment. You gotta take some shit to get your return on investment.
She said
it's ROI. They're not in love.
We're just butting heat over here. So what you were saying about like what can men do?
Yes.
I feel like first the male podcasters, I know you guys have been catching flack. Start bringing some women who can actually talk about what we go through on your platform. That's number one.
What you see it?
Yeah.
Please tell us, backyard men, we have done our job. Please.
You really checked it off. But continue to do it. Continue to do it. Let it not just be a one-time check.
Of course.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Don't wait for internet. But then do you know what though? BYB, they actually bring women
doing their
sometimes.
thing.
Even though they have you, but like
they bring
sometimes women like
women guests.
Because I like to have friends that are on my side of. I don't like to fight all the time because it's hard to fight these boys.
Yeah.
No, but they need to bring women, like you said.
Exactly. Like for the content creators, podcasters, YouTubers, whatever, bring more women on your platform.
And don't bring them to bring them down.
Exactly.
Oh, I was just about to say that. My goodness,
if you're
you read my
gonna try
mind.
to, be like the Fresh and Fits and the Kevin Samuels and all that, don't do that.
If you have your ego to feed,
exactly. Bring them to actually listen to what they have to say, not to put them down.
Exactly.
And listen to the women in your lives. Like trust us when we say that we're actually going through things and we're being oppressed and we're going through certain trials that you're not going through. Like listen.
Yeah. And then also just like everyday maneuvering. Like if you see someone putting a woman down, not like don't say like, yeah, dude, yeah, that's a bitch or whatever the case may be. Like no, like
the voice for me.
By the way,
yeah, dude, that's
I'm sorry, my partner hates when I do this. when I try to, imitate the men guys, I'm like, ooh. And then when I try to imitate Nigerians, I'm like, my guy. Like, they don't even say my guy. But no, for real though, like if your friends are putting down women or whatever, don't be there like, yeah, she's a bitch or whatever the case may be. Like it's like little steps that we take every day that's gonna add to the bigger steps. You know what I mean? Like if your female friend complains, oh, this and this is going on at work, this is how my male coworkers treated me or downplaying me or nullifying my ideas, give them ways to combat that, because you're a guy, you know the perspective. So literally like small baby steps that we take every day will add on to the the bigger picture and the bigger action.
Exactly.
But don't be there like, oh, that sucks, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, you're thriving in your own male dominated field.
Exactly.
So like that's my own take. Like little baby steps every day.
And hold your friends accountable. When your friends are treating women like trash, you're just like,
step up and tell them.
I mean,
they're like, oh, it's not my business.
No.
It's not my place to say no.
That's my bro. That's not my business.
I think literally, I think that's the thing that
should be when it comes to this thing. It should be your business, because that's how you show your future daughter. That's how you show your mom, your sister. That you were raised right.
Like the thing is like, making it your business does not mean like carry the problem on top of your head. Like if you're around when it's happening, by all means step in, stand up for the women or whatever. But don't call your guy, be like, I'm here to fight you because XYZ. Like no, it's not
and
that.
If they're asking your opinion, give your real opinion, not your it's my friend opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like the biggest thing men need to just do is just support. Just honestly, support. Everything you guys said is all literally support. Just genuinely, not because it's gonna look nice if I support.
Exactly.
If this girl wants to do this, support her. If she's earning whatever amount, it's more than yours, support her. Be happy for her. Push her to get more. Like whatever it is. Because I feel like some men right now, they're very insecure because right now there's a lot of female VPs, female whatever it is, and it's some men are shaking. Their third leg is shaking.
Yeah.
They're shaking.
Female are moving more and more.
Because female are moving.
They're trying to close up the gap. They're putting in the work. And they should be celebrated.
They really should. And I feel like a lot of females out there that are really doing something good, they actually find it hard to be in a relationship because the guys feel like, oh, she's too expensive, or this babe, she might be too much. Let me just, but it's but why? Because you're insecure, because you just feel like you can't afford her. Point blank period.
Can't keep up with her.
You don't need to afford me, I can afford myself.
That's it.
Trust me. We're just going to keep the insecure people where they are. Insecure boys, not men. Insecure boys where they are. And we're going to move on because we're going to be on this topic forever.
Stay in the trash.
And I guess I have another, a question, not another. It's my first question.
You've been talking, but though you've been saying some facts, girl, so don't worry.
Thank you. And I guess I just want to ask, we're all women. We're all trying to navigate this career world, creative world, entrepreneurial world, you name it. How do you guys deal with imposter syndrome?
Girl.
Be it in the corporate world, like I said, creative, entrepreneurial. I really would love to know.
Chemsi, start. I have to think.
See how she pointed in. Repeat the question, please, so I can take it in properly.
It's deep.
Okay, so I'm going to ask. Okay, so be it that you are in the corporate world, creative world, entrepreneurial world, how do you deal with imposter syndrome? Meaning when you feel less than, when you feel like you don't belong in the room, when you back out of opportunities because you feel like you can't give it your all, or because they're going to see you as quote unquote fraud, or whatever the case may be. How do y'all deal with that feeling?
I feel like, I'll say from experience, just based on the fact of everybody around me is older than me in my career-wise or more experienced. I just have to take a break and look at myself and where I'm at and the demand that I'm being asked to come. The amount of people that call me, the amount of people that ask me questions, advice, all that stuff. Me taking that break and looking at the big picture and what I've done so far allows me to be okay, you are doing something by yourself. You are taking a step by yourself. You are doing all these moves and it's making it work. I think that's something that I do. Even though sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it's bigger than me. Sometimes it's okay, wait, I need somebody's input. Somebody that's an outsider that look at what you've done. Yeah. I'm proud of what you've done. This is what you've done, and you're actually achieving some big things so far. And that allows you to step out and be you know what? You're right. Yeah. These are the things that I've done. I'm damn.
I'm that shit.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I'm the shit, right? Exactly. So I feel like that's something. Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, that's good. That's
good. It's interesting you asked this question too, because the whole premise of my podcast, But What Do I Know, is about women of color, especially Black women, overcoming imposter syndrome in different parts of their life. And it's because something that I have gone through in the corporate world and the creative world.
Girl, who you telling?
And it's hard, but I think, and I even felt it today, when you're making mistakes at work and you're man, I don't want to make too many mistakes. I want to prove myself, but I think it's just talking to myself and just reminding myself, I worked hard, I deserve to be here, I worked hard, I busted my ass, I'm ready for this. I can do this. And just even if it's just writing the positive things that you do, writing and tracking your progress, so that in 6 months you can look back and say, I did this, I did this, I did this. It may not be these big things that other people are flashing, but I accomplished stuff. I deserve to be here. So
good.
See, I have this frame in my dressing table. It says, sis, it's gonna be a good day. That's just my start.
Ultimate affirmation.
Yes, affirmation.
And I'm the youngest in my team. And it's I used to get looked down on because oh, what do you know though? Because it's I just spiraled up really quickly. It's okay, what does this girl know? So it's I really had to just tell myself what I wanted to hear. Just okay, Oyin, I'm proud of you. Or you're going to do this right. So that way, if I'm telling myself this every day, I believe it. I don't need to. So if my manager tells me, I don't care. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I already know that I'm good at what I do. And you know, especially in the corporate world, like any small mistake you make as a woman, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And it's like, it's okay to make mistakes. Yep. It's okay to start again. Like, you know, it's okay to not be good at what, you know, you're doing right now, because the way you can find out your strength is if you tackle your weaknesses first. That's literally what I just preached.
Okay,
wow.
Okay.
And you're snapping.
I'm gonna say it
Repeat it for the people.
Yeah. What did I say? the way you can find your strength is by tackling your weakness. Then you would know what your strengths are, and that's literally it. If you hate public
Proverb of the
speaking,
day, right here. Take note of.
Oyin A. My name signature.
It's the quote after. So nobody takes it.
You know, takes it, okay? But it's honestly, if you hate public speaking, go and do public speaking.
Yeah.
You're gonna know if you're good at that. You know, like my cousin, she stutters a lot, and now it's like she doesn't even stutter anymore because she had to keep practicing. She was doing presentations. Now, like, she's doing great. And then, you know, people look down on her. You know, you can't do it. You can't speak here. You know, you can't work in, you know, front office. You're going to put them off. But it's like, she had to go and work on that. And it's like, so I really feel like it starts from you and the people you have around you.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Support system.
Yeah. I love
honestly,
that.
that's it.
Yeah,
that's honestly it.
I love that we're all like on the same wavelength when it comes to this, because like you said, like I feel like everyone touched upon everything.
Yeah.
Like it's important to surround yourself with the right people to reaffirm what you've accomplished.
Yes.
It's important to make note of what you've accomplished.
Yes,
I like to call it, well, I did not coin the term, but it's a brag document. Like you keep the brag document for your corporate world as well as your personal life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like brag about yourself.
I like that.
When it comes to the corporate world, on my desktop I have my brag. Anytime I go, oh, you did amazing on bubble, I write it down, I screenshot it, because when I'm asking for that raise, I'm presenting my brag document.
My comments.
Like, yeah, literally. Like, you know,
Absolutely.
I feel like everyone should keep a brag document. I think that's what I'm, I guess, trying to go into the practice of with my personal life. Because I feel like I do a great job in the corporate world of keeping that. But in personal life, I tend to forget a lot of things. Like even coming here, I think like one of the questions was like, you know, what have you accomplished so far in your life, whatever the case was. And I literally had to think, I'm like, wait, what have I accomplished? And I like nullified it, diminished my accomplishments. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, whoa, girl, you're the shit.
You're the shit.
Like what?
Exactly.
Literally. So it's essentially like it's very important to have the right people to remind you, because sometimes we tend to forget or nullify it or downplay it. Like you, I feel like I'm not talking you or anything, but like you're like, oh, when you write down stuff, even though it's not as big as what other people accomplish, sis, don't do that to yourself. It doesn't matter. Your win is your win.
It's big to you. That's what matters.
Win is your win.
If it's I got up today and I got to go to the gym, that's hella big.
Yes.
That's hella big. If someone bought a condo today, that's their own business. That's their big for their big. But this is your big, and I feel like that's important. And sometimes you don't know that, or you don't recall that, or you don't, like, you know what I mean? You don't put that into practice.
Yeah.
So it's important to have the right people, be surrounded by the right people to remind you of these things. So I'm happy that we're all on the same.
Speaking of the condo one, like I remember talking to somebody and I was like, okay, I want to buy my first property with my partner. And he was like, but why don't you just do it yourself? Why wait for someone? Like, no, I don't want to buy property now. I can do it, but I don't want to be broke after. Because people are rushing themselves to do things because everyone is buying their house. Because they want to show and do that picture. My first house.
Not gonna lie, I can't wait to do that.
I mean, I can't wait to do it, but it's like,
when is the right time? When is the right time? Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people are really they're drinking Gary. It's an Indomie at home.
No, the worst. You're buying the house. You have the key, but there's no furniture inside.
There's no
couch.
furniture.
TV is on the floor.
Or when you get that letter to pay property tax, you're like, how am I gonna afford it?
Exactly.
So it's like, I was like, no, I wanna buy with my partner so I can have a lot of money left over, so I can travel.
Yes.
And I know that
it's important.
It's very important. So if you're out there, please don't come and kill yourself to go and buy a house because everyone is doing it. Like, wait for the right time. And that's honestly
it's not a rush. And I love the fact that you're saying about the property, because we have the social media where everyone in our age bracket are all becoming homeowners. I'm not gonna lie, I had my moments where I was like, oh darn it. Like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, no, your time will come.
It will come.
And I feel like with the whole like, you know, imposter syndrome and just feeling less than or like you're not good enough, it's like the people that genuinely like jumped into it, like, because what you said is like, I don't want to buy because I don't want to be broke. There's some people that is like, okay, I might be broke, but this is the sacrifice I'm willing to make because properties are increasing by the day. Like you sneeze, it's gone up 100,000. So it's like, I understand that, but I also understand where you're coming from. And with some people that jump into it and sacrifice, it comes with that whole doing it afraid. You know what I mean? Because I'm a strong believer. I've been preaching this for as long as I can remember. Do some things afraid. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Because if you keep waiting for the right time, if you keep feeling like, okay, I'm going to have to work up to this or whatever, you will not never, but it will take you a longer time to get to things in life. You know what I mean? So if you got it, you can make the sacrifice, but not like sleep on the wood floor for like 5 months or whatever the case may be. Please don't. You know, like if you can sacrifice for the short term to, you know, gain something for the long term, do it. But in everything, when it comes to like, you know, imposter syndrome, just do it afraid. Like,
but I feel like with that property one, it's just more people forget that there's the closing fee as well. So people just think about, okay, the down payment and, you know, whatever it is, but they forget that you still have to pay like 20-30K in a few months. And it's a thing where my friend is a realtor and I was like, what advice would you give me if I want to buy a house? And he was like, have everything, all the money, have like 50 to 60K or whatever it is ready. So you know that when it's time to pay closing fee, you have that money. Because if not, they're going to take the money. They'll take the house back and give back your money.
Like if anyone genuinely did not have closing fee and they bought a home and did not have plans to make the money before closing, then I'm sorry, excuse my French, they're dumb as shit.
You are a problem.
Because what on earth?
No, it happens, sis.
Unfortunately,
it's the same thing. It's not the same you know, category, but it's the same thing like people buying expensive designers, but like doing that, what's that interest-free payment thing? Four payments of 123.
Afterpay.
I'm sorry, if you ain't got it, don't buy it. Like you think I don't want to be dripped out. But I look at my bank account, I'm like, okay, so we're gonna work on this one. We're gonna buy this, and then we're gonna
Exactly.
So it's like, no, I'm sorry. Anyone that bought something without having plans, concrete action plans on how to save up before closing, and then the same way I feel about people buying stuff on interest-free 4 payments. Dumb as shit.
It's dumb.
Point blank simple.
Girl, everybody has been given some
tips.
So women, don't be pressured. Okay,
don't be pressured.
Hold on. To close out, one thing or one advice you'd give young women that have not entered the corporate world, that have not met any adult men or boys, or have not been in situations that we have been, what advice would you give them?
Take your time.
Take your
time. That's it. Don't be hard on yourself.
Okay.
Like, it's okay. I'm going to. Wow. it's okay to start again. You don't have to get it right before you turn 25. You don't have to get it right before you turn 30. Have a plan, but you don't have to be married by 25.
I feel like everyone had that plan. Every female had. I'm going to be married with kids at 25. When I
turned 25, I was crying. I'm like, there's no husband.
No, I was not crying. I said, thank you, Jesus, for not making it happen. Because I can't even wake up when my alarm goes off. How am I supposed to take care of a kid? My kid will just be there crying for 3 hours and I'm sleeping. No.
Honestly, it's just take your time. Like, it's okay to honestly start over. Like, you're not gonna die.
I like that.
That's a good one. I'm gonna echo that. Take your time. Evaluate your options. Know that you have choices, but also know yourself. Because as you move through life, things and people are gonna cause you to waver, and it's important that you know who you are so you can stay grounded to what you really believe. You know, so know yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo off of all of that. But I think younger, because you said younger women. I'm not really gonna answer to the part where I haven't met men or boys or whatever. Not in my business. I feel like the advice I want to give is younger women that are starting out, or maybe you're already in it and you feel discouraged. I feel like that's more genuine to my personality and to my brand. It's like you said, like you guys said, take your time. And the one thing I was like, I'm gonna come here today, I'm gonna say this because it's kind of like a self-discovery for me that I wanted to share with the world. It's like the the quote, jack of all trades. I feel like over the years, it's had this negative connotation that if you're a jack of all trades, you're not good at anything. But it's like the full like quote is actually like jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than master of one. So it's like, and the reason why I'm sharing this, because again, I'm tying this like an advice to my younger self, younger people in period, and in general. I feel like when I was starting off, I was a content creator, makeup artist. Even now, I'm a makeup artist. I take clients. I own a travel company. I plan trips. 360vacation.ca. Shout out. Love Glam Makeup. I love Glam. Shout out. And then a content creator, Ral Founder. But it's kind of like I started off doing all of these things. And there were a lot of people around me that kind of knew their dream job, their dream path. And then I struggled with myself for the longest time because I'm like, oh, darn. So you can't just pick one thing you want to concentrate on. And like you want to do everything. You're a photographer, a videographer, editor, makeup artist, travel this, blah, blah, blah. And I beat up on myself for a long time. So it's like, if you are feeling that way, it's better to actually dabble in everything. Don't box yourself up. Because like you said, self-discovery. Sorry, spoke too many facts.
The mic's a mic drop.
But it's like it's kind of like dabble in everything. Especially if you're younger, you have nothing holding you back. Because what that's gonna do is help you with your self-discovery. You will quickly discover your strengths and your weaknesses. And like you said, to work on your weaknesses, or rather to focus on your strengths, you gotta work on your weaknesses.
Oh, everything. Use that as caption for your pictures, okay?
But no, seriously, you discover what you're good at, what you're not good at. And it's not, there's nothing wrong with, like you said, take your time, fail, start over again. For me, I'm like a preacher of never giving up. Like I kid you not, my grade 8 speech was never give up. It was on Nick Vujicic or something, the guy that didn't have arms and legs or whatever, he was a swimmer or something like that. It's like, no matter what I do, I'm not gonna give up. Like, you know, life is in waves and we have to understand that. A. B, success comes in waves. You know, we have our peak season, we have our low season. So it's like, A, dabble. Don't focus on one thing. B, don't be afraid to fail. If you fail, restart. If you have to go back to the drawing board, go back. I've been doing content creation for how many years? I'm currently at the drawing board, you know? So it's not, there's nothing wrong with starting over. You know what I mean? And just do it afraid. At the end of the day, like if you fall, try to fall on your back because at least you're looking up and you can easily get up.
That's it.
So at the end of the day, that's the advice I would give to anyone going into the corporate world, anyone going into creative realm or like entrepreneurship. Flat out, like don't be afraid. Because a lot of people feel like, especially because of social media, there's this instant gratification. There's this, if you don't make it in 4 months, you're nothing. I've literally I've been content creating. I got on YouTube in 2011. The same year that Jackie and I got on YouTube. Okay, let's let that sink in. But then I didn't believe in myself. I didn't feel like I had what it took, so I quit. Got back into 2015 because I was going through depression and I felt like it was like, you know, my outlet. And since then I've been on it on and off. Like I take my breaks if I need to, you know what I mean? But it's important to know like you're not going to be an overnight success. And then also know that people that are actually overnight successes, luck plays a role. Because I feel like a lot of people tend to forget, like you can really do everything, but if you ain't lucky, not saying that, you know, if you're not lucky, it's not a, you know, but if you're not lucky, you're not gonna blow. But wait, put in the work. Find
yourself in the right place at the right time.
Put in the work because when you're ready to blow, you would have already had them. Exactly.
See, when someone tells me, "Oh, Oyin, you're lucky," I'm like, "No, I'm blessed." Because
you know what,
for
though?
me, I'm just blessed.
You know what though? You know what though? I feel like people downplay the word luck. Because they feel like when someone says you're lucky, that means they're nullifying your hard work.
No, for real. But I feel like me saying I'm blessed is like, I'm blessed.
You
I'm
are
gonna continue to be blessed.
Yeah, you're blessed, but then also, you know, there's a sprinkle of luck.
There's a bit of luck.
Don't nullify that.
20% luck. 80%.
That's
80% blessings.
People take
Let's
such
give God the grace.
they take it like such a negative thing, but
it's
being
true.
lucky
It's true.
is a bad thing to be.
It's
honest.
not.
For real.
True.
So
I mean,
just
St.
like
Patrick's Day, it's about luck.
Don't kill me.
Plug that in.
That's the advice I would give to any young women, you know, trying to start out there, and also my younger self.
I would say echo from all of you guys, but the more important one that I actually took from Ral was discover yourself before you focus on one thing, and it's okay to not focus on just one.
Yeah.
Because dabbling allows you to have some type of knowledge for everything. And anybody that talks to you, anybody that you feel like you know a little bit at least, right? Like somebody that's communicating with me about podcasting, I have some knowledge to it,
exactly.
right? Somebody that's communicating to me about teaching, I have knowledge. So it's all different hats, different things. And it allows you to be in different groups, different communities, and learn different things. So I would say discover yourself, dabble in different things.
Yeah.
That would be my thought.
Love
and
it.
don't be selfish with information. Like, help each other out. Like, you can all eat. You can all, there's enough sliced bread for everybody. Like, don't be selfish. Like, no, for real. Because, like, if you make it, if you get a good job and your friend is, looking for that same thing, help her out, hook her up. Like, don't be that woman that's being selfish. Because where would that get you?
True.
Nowhere.
Speak, honey. You speak.
So, and travel. Don't wait until travel. Like,
travel and then book 360vacations.ca to travel.
What she said, and don't rush to leave your parents' house if you're in your parents' house. Stay there until you get married if you have to.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that one.
I mean, I left. I left.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that one.
Some people rush to leave because they feel like, everyone is moving out, and
Independent.
then they struggle, and then they go back.
Yeah,
Like, if you can afford it, that's fine. But if you can't and you want to just move out because everyone else is moving out, sis, stay in your mother's house and eat the rice.
And stay rent
At least dinner is always there.
It's always ready.
Like, no, because they struggle and
I agree with that.
Drink your 18 Indomie for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
But the thing though, it ties back to that self-discovery.
Yeah.
Because I agree, if you can afford it, don't move out. But then if you can, or if you think you can, if you have action plans to afford it,
Then that's
move
different.
out.
And do
It
it.
really
Allow
adds
you.
to that self-discovery.
It does.
Because when
Yeah.
there's something about, because a lot of people, trust me, people are going to come for me because, no, why pay rent if I can live, rent free? Trust me. But it's
You're
kind
not
of like, exactly, it challenges you.
Yeah.
You're not in that safety net.
Yes.
Because mamas can really over mama.
Oh, yeah.
Like they can
absolutely.
over mama you to the point where like you become like spoon fed.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're not really accepting like challenges. You're not challenging yourself. So if you can move out, please do. But if you cannot, there's no pressure to. Save up, have action plan, and make it happen. Like that's just what it is.
To put in simple words, live your life how you want to live it.
Boom, bada boom.
Facts. Now we're gonna drop the mic.
Ladies, I enjoyed this. How do
Me
you guys
too.
feel about
I
it?
enjoyed it as well.
Good.
Rookie Ral, would you come back?
Definitely. I'm loving this, podcast vibe.
Feel like bougie rugby player vibe.
You had a lot of facts. You had a lot of things.
I'm saying.
Like a rugby player.
Would you start your own podcast?
The thing I've been wanting to,
Really?
not for me per se, but I've been wanting to do podcasts with my dad.
Okay.
It's kind of like Tales with my dad or something.
I like that.
Because he's like 72, God forbid, he leaves the earth tomorrow. I want to have his voice forever.
That's amazing.
But I don't, you know how many people have asked, how do you start a podcast?
Girl, like you told the people. Try things in
Self-discovery.
Boom. You know what? Yes. Do it afraid. Up top, girl. Up top. Do it afraid. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And listen, you heard that first. You want to start with your dad. If I see anybody in Toronto doing it before, we're gonna have a problem.
We're doing copyright.
Coin
You like to
Ral the
copy
Onias idea. No, Ral the Onias TM.
Trademark.
There, okay? If I see anybody, I'm coming for you.
Thank you, girl.
am
Thank
dead.
you. But no, I had a great time. For my first podcast, it was great. Y'all are amazing women, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And I will be reaching out, making friends. I already tried with Chemsi still. I said, let's go skiing. Sister, I'm already going with my friends.
Chemsi, women empowerment. What's going on, girl?
I'm joking. But we did talk about it.
Yes.
We did talk about it. So how about this next year we go together?
Yes.
Collaboration.
plan
Don't tell me
it.
it's written Islam.
I want
Is a ring
360
light.
vacation to plan it for me. I will pay.
Love it. No, I had a great time. Thanks, guys, for having me.
So let's wrap it up. I'll have you guys say your names one more time, and then I'll sign us out. You want to start with our rights?
All right.
Yeah.
So it's Chid, and you can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Chid Suzanne. Or if you want to connect with me about the podcast, But What Do I Know podcast at BWDIK podcast. Thanks for having me, Chemsi.
Love it. Well, it's Ral Onyes, and you can find me on Instagram at ral.onyes. You can find my travel curation company at 360 Vacations on Instagram and 360vacations.ca. You can book me to be your makeup artist at Makeup by Love Glam, or just look me up on YouTube at Love Glam.
I'm liking the voice. I'm liking the voice.
Hey, let's connect.
I was about to say that.
Sis.
When she did 360 vacation, I said, what's that?
She's like, and you can go.
You can find me at
I was waiting for the exit here.
To the left, 360.ca. But yes, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, it's Oyin here. You can find me on Instagram, oyin.a, and of course, InSync Toronto on Instagram at InSync Toronto, and S-Strings at S-Strings. I'm sure you didn't know S-Strings anyway. What else do I have? My dog.
I want to take my mama.
Your dog, talkative ex. Which one you want?
Everything, just find me on Instagram, baby. Okay.
Yeah, let's just collaborate.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like it's the year of collaborations.
True.
No more lying, no more saying that you use inside lamp, meanwhile it's ring light. No, let's just collaborate, fam. Like 2022.
This was great. It's your girl Chemsi, aka Ton Amour. And we're wrapping this up. We'll see you guys next time with the boys. Because
yes.
You guys didn't miss them, did you? Just let us know.
If you want us to take over, we can definitely do that.
Say hashtag bring back the girls.
Literally,
hashtag bring back the girls.
The girls can do this without
Yes.
Naza and Emina. Bring these ladies back.
No, wait. You know what this happens? This brings too much work to me.
Because they're going to set up.
This hosting.
Set up the light.
This hosting fee.
It's okay. It's okay. You can put them on payroll to set up.
That's it. Simple.
Set up. That's it.
No, payroll to set up, payroll to create questions,
Chemsi,
everything.
do it afraid.
I feel like that's going to be your favorite line now.
Do it afraid. Okay now. We out.
Well, bye guys.
That was